one theme that I've been extraordinarily bullish upon is this, what we call digital public infrastructure theme. India has become a digital country. We've almost leapfrogged a generation of bad, poor infrastructure by building a world-class digital infrastructure. So a lot of now companies are now participating in this, whether it's, tax identification services, PAN services, ONDC services, or many of those pieces. Then there are maybe half a dozen companies that benefit from this infrastructure play out. So I would first suggest that investors look at this not necessarily from a 6 months or 1 year or 2 year horizon, but from a 5-10 year horizon. It's a long-term story, and the market caps don't reflect the opportunity that we see in digital public infrastructure. So if you're looking at new investor, looking for new themes, I would suggest you put some money into digital public infrastructure and some pharma companies which have some intellectual property.
I clearly see that markets like China have witnessed that when you go from $3,000 to $10,000 per capita, you're clearly seeing huge amount of spend go up on the BPC side. And if you get the template right, if you have the playbook right out there, I think you could have a potential wealth creator. I mean, we saw these in the 90s where a lot of FMCG companies rode on the basic staples, what we talk as the soaps and the shampoos. It's now, I think that's now a mature category. You now got to move on to the BPC side. And that's where I clearly think there's a very big, powerful mega theme which is likely to emerge in the next 5, 10, 15 years.
I am bullish on Chinese shares. I think that China is the new story. I think China is the new theme. And I think this Chinese stock should do well going forward.
Because of the valuation?
Of course, valuation. For 15 years, they haven't done anything. You just imagine, even Hong Kong index was some 32 or 34,000 in 2008. Yeah, it's still hovering around 22,000 or 20,000 or something. And in 14 years, and we are, I don't know, 8 times plus or 9 times plus, we don't know. So people have written off China. So I think...
would you allocate 5% of your capital to China? Are you that bullish on China?
Yeah, I will. Of my portfolio?
Total 5%? What about
I can.
This whole transition towards renewable, battery storage, which is BAS, and, hydrogen and so many other, nuclear is coming back. I think it is very clear that, the demand for fossil fuel will not be great. And in fact, it might start to peter off. And which would mean that oil structurally seems to be on a downward slope. And I think nothing can be better for India. And I would say that would be the mega theme for India as an economy.